Even from the gently rolling hills of rural Britain came the same concerns from viewers about the way the police respond when they report a crime. In towns and cities, burglaries are no longer rising, but here in the country, they are.
So this is where they came in, broke in the window, and they just took absolutely everything that we had in there.
Look at the measures you've had to take.
Yeah, I mean, this is an old harrow, and we've just built everything we can to try and protect ourselves.
And the bar's on the door now.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it looks impressive, and hopefully that'll be enough.
Julia lost the entire contents of her farm shop and all her equipment, nearly forcing her to give up the farm she's always lived on.
We used to have a village policeman used to go around. He was a motorbike one when I was young, and they used to wander around, knew everybody, knew the cars, knew the people, everything. And that doesn't happen anymore. We have a community police van on the 4th Wednesday of the month that comes to the village for about an hour.
So that is your community policing?
That's our community policing, yes.
Once a month?
Once a month on a Wednesday.
6 miles down the road lives Mike Smales. He's been burgled twice in just 6 months. And one of his cows was shot with a crossbow and left to die.
The local bobbies, there are not enough of them on the ground. There's not the number there used to be. We're having to use call centres that are effectively 50 miles away. It can be 25 minutes before you get answered, and that's unacceptable, surely. If you speak to the general public, and it doesn't matter whether it's in the country or in the town, they get so frustrated nowadays that to some degree they've almost given up picking up the phone because they know the response will either be non-existent or particularly slow.
So, come on in, it's all empty.
It's a sentiment shared by the Cotters, another hard-working family, destroyed by crime.
That's it, empty.
Today, Chris Cotter is shutting up his shop in Plymouth for the very last time after an attack just 3 weeks ago.
The last straw was the robbery, when 2 guys came in and threatened a member of our staff. A lady who was 5 months pregnant, threatened her with violence, forced her to open the safe, walked away with the whole week's takings, on top of the antisocial behaviour and the 2 attempted burglaries over the last 14 days prior to that. Just the abuse and the general theft that's gone on for the last sort of 2.5 years. It's just the final straw. Just can't afford to put any more time and energy into it.
The 2 men who robbed the store, like almost all their previous attackers, have never been caught by the police.
The back doors have been kicked in and broken in with crowbars. We've had a hot coffee thrown over staff members. We've had them punched,
spat at, abused, you name it, they've had it done to them, you know.
I'd expect the number of times we've called police has got to be in excess of 70 odd times for all sorts of crimes over the years.
Easily, if not more.
We've had our lives threatened. We've threatened to have the shop blown up. We've had one individual, and he'd upped the ante so much that he decided he could walk in behind the counter, take 4 or 5 packets of cigarettes and walk back out laughing, saying, "You cannot do anything." And he's probably right.
All this, and yet only one person has ever been arrested by police and taken to court. He was fined just £30 for breaking their shop windows, a fine he never paid. It cost the Cotters £700 to repair.
They go back out on the streets and then they think they're unbeatable, you know, that they can get away with all of that, so what else can I get away with? They feel invincible, so they up the ante, and then, you know, the crimes get considerably worse.
The shop they bought for £130,000 is now worth less than half that amount, wiped out by crime.
The only way that we're ever going to get out of that debt now is to sell our precious home that we have worked so hard to get. This is because we're a victim, or victims, of crime. And that's where it's all wrong, is that we come off worse than those that actually commit the crimes continuously. We're the ones that have
Well, we're the ones that are paying
lost
the price.
everything.
Yeah, yeah.
The most recent robbery has left the Cotters struggling with massive debts. They feel it's not worth starting again in Britain, and they've now decided to emigrate.
Larry, come on. Let's go home, sweetheart. Let's go home.
Hopefully there'll be 2 court cases come up soon. One will be that they catch these 2 that are responsible for changing our lives for the worst, and the other probably will be us, because we'll probably get called to court through not being able to pay our debts as a result of this. And I can bet your bottom dollar it'll be us who come off worse. And that's the sad state that it's in, is that we will probably be dealt with more harshly than they will.
Whatever the criticism of the police, they still need your help. If you have any information on the crimes shown in this programme, you can call Crime Stoppers on 0800 555 111.
Suresh Kumar, whose shop has been attacked more than 200 times, told us tonight that he's now had enough and is thinking of selling up. If you'd like more information on his story or anything else from this evening's programme, you can visit our website at itv.com/tonight.